presents for your listening enjoyment John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
George Dean, Johnny, Congress Mutual.
Oh, hi, George.
Johnny, how does Las Vegas sound to you?
Expensive. Can you afford it?
Got to. A client of ours had a 30-grand diamond necklace stolen out there yesterday. Lily LeSueur.
The dancer?
One and only. Still packing them in after all these years. And still the same two weaknesses, Johnny. Gambling and collecting young men.
Well, they say every girl needs a hobby, George. Not two hobbies, though. That could run into money. The makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum bring you John Lund and another adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Wherever you go, whatever you do, enjoy chewing Wrigley's Spearmint Gum. That lively, full-bodied Wrigley's Spearmint flavor is really refreshing. It cools your mouth and freshens your taste. The pleasant chewing helps keep your throat moist, helps relieve that dry, thirsty feeling. And delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Gum is so handy. Just slip a package into your purse or pocket and you've got refreshment right at your fingertips. Chew Wrigley's Spearmint while you're working. Enjoy this refreshing treat along with your favorite summer sports. Wrigley's Spearmint Gum is always enjoyable, and you can chew it without even taking time out. Get a few packages of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Healthful, refreshing, delicious. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Concourse Mutual Assurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Jones matter. Expense account item 1, $318.60, transportation, round-trip airfare and incidentals to Las Vegas and the Flamingo Hotel, where the ordinary citizen lives like an Oriental potentate wishes he could live. After checking in, I took a short walk down the street to Lily LeSueur's hotel.
Yes?
Miss LeSueur, I'm Johnny Dollar, special investigator for your insurance company.
Oh, well, that's very nice, I'm sure, but... Oh, of course, the necklace. That's why you're here.
That's why I'm here. Mind if I come in?
Oh, please do, Mr. Dollar. This is Eddie Lawson, Mr. Dollar, my very dear friend. Just a doll, really.
Hello. How are you?
I think it's awfully droll and nice of the insurance company to take such an interest in my poor little affairs.
I imagine they regard $30,000 as more of a rich, big affair.
Oh, dear. And then I suppose you'll go around prying into all my most intimate secrets and asking such embarrassing questions that I'll just... Oh, I think having jewelry stolen is always such a bore.
Yes, the insurance company feels the same way, Miss LeSueur. Now, if you just...
good heavens, look at the time. I've got to fly.
Lily, you remember what I told you?
Now, Eddie, don't start being a child. Don't you think these Western outfits are just adorable, Mr. Dollar?
Well, they do a lot to point up a girl's personality, all right?
Well, maybe this investigation won't be such a chore after all. Oh, dear, I'm late. Buck and Devastator are going to be just furious. Oh, well, tell him all about it, Eddie. Catch my show tonight, Johnny. 10 o'clock at the $1 Billion Club. Join me for a snack afterwards. Here by the pool. That's where it all happened. Toodaloo all.
Buck and Devastator.
Buck Bartlett, he's the riding instructor at the Lazy J stables. Devastator is the horse.
It's a better name for Lily.
I'm going to marry Lily, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, congratulations. Now, what about this necklace? What happened?
It disappeared. That's all I know about it.
Well, how? When? Where?
Look, why don't you do like Lily said? Come around tonight. The same gang will be there, and you can check the setup yourself, see what happens. You can keep an eye on this Buck Bartlett if you want a tip from me.
And the other eye?
Anywhere, as long as it's not on Lily.
Expense account item 2, $2.50.